Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not this one? I remember talking about it before and it goes with the video nasties. And that being the Mistimus, the daddy, I'll say that again, the daddy of the video nasties, that being Cannibal Holocaust. I'm going to do a few of these. It's going to be a look at Cannibal Holocaust. So it's not the movie, it's more the look of the history of the film. Now, the film both have come out in 1980, but roughly I say 79, because if you remember the classic opening of Cannibal Holocaust, you do get to see Fidendo, I can remember his name right, the one that played Dracula. There was a Dracula film in 1979 going Dan Fidero, remember his name right, who played Dracula. You do see the original poster of that, and in any of the videos and DVDs even mentions people doing a biography of cannibals went missing in the outback of the Amazon jungle in 1979, which is ironic as the film came out in 1980. So it's interesting bit of history about this film, why I got it the daddy of the video nasty. Now the director did a contract with the actors who were supposed to be the ones doing the biography to sign a contract, an agreement, as I say, on not to star in another movie for so many months to make it authentic, to make it look like they've really been killed by these cannibals. And it rubbed off because when this film come out, they actually thought the actors got murdered. There was out two where all the actors got killed for real, which is ironic as one of the actors appeared 1 year after in Cannibal Fairlock, another Easter's film, and roughly the same year when he was doing this, appeared in a small scene in, if I remember right, it was also a video nasty, City of the Living Dead. Made a small scene in that, so I thought it was out of there, is that people thought he was fucking dead. Would have been a look at that in Cannibal Fairlock. So the director was up for murder, and there was also another scene where they've got this cannibal native do. If anyone remembers this iconic photo, will definitely stick to your head. Whereas there's a pole on the side of a mouth and another pole up there. So I put it in traffic detail. Your anus. So it's got a pole up at anus and a pole in the mouth. And the director had to show how they did that effect. Very simple effect. Even today, when you see it, it will stick in your head. Really is history. The film had noted having a lot of rape, but they got away eventually because all the actors, the ones that got killed, they brought them into the courtroom to prove that they're still alive and kicking. But the one thing he did get done for, even though he proved that it wasn't snuff, the one thing he did get done for was they killed animals for real. They're making this film. Granted, it's been done in a lot of cannibal films, whether it be Eaten Alive, whether it be The Man from Deep River, the list goes on. Animals were sorted, but this one was noted. He got in a lot of shit for a lot of killings for animals. So he got in a lot of shit for that, the director. It was only roughly the same year he did another film that was also banned. And I remember mentioning it, that being The House. I remember right this time, I forget the name of the film, bear with me, it'll come to me. The House at the Edge of the Park. How could I forget it? David Est. The House at the Edge of the Park. He also directed that, the same director. This film had a lot of atrocity, you know what I mean? It was Nisters, and it got banned in the UK. In 1980, the film got banned. But then this thing come out called VHS. We had the competition in 1982 with the VHS, the Betamax, the classic video shops. I mean, in that era, you could go anywhere. You could go to the local tarads, your little dinky winky little paper shop, any shop, would sell these big dock off fucking VHSs. It was like big dock off boxes. And there was a lot of these nasty order movies around, you know what I mean? There was fucking the cannibal films. There was German nasty films. There was, you know what I mean, zombie flesh eaters. You had all these films that were bloodthirsty and violent, and it was nicknamed the video nasty. See what it was when video first come out, they didn't have the rating system. They didn't have the 18, they didn't have the 15, they didn't have PT and Universal for shit. They didn't have any of that. So your movies in the days of theatrical were censored. You know what I mean? They had the X rating. I don't mean porn. That's how before they had the 18 rating. And they had all these different rating systems, and you could censor down some of the sets, some of the violence, whatever censorship or the MPA were not happy with, it would be cut down so it wouldn't be as graphic. But on video, it wasn't. Video, you had the luxury of seeing it in your own house, films that were banned in theatrical release, but you could have the luxury of seeing it on video. Surprise, surprise, one of them was Cannibal Holocaust. So at the time, a lot of people were renting these really gory, gruesome films, but there's this woman, this horrible old biddy called Mary Whitehouse. I know, I'm speaking ill of the dead, but Mary Whitehouse was one of them who would censor anything, would have a dicky fit on anything. If there was a pair of tits on TV, she'd have a dicky fit. If they had too much nudity on newspaper, she'd have a dicky fit. If there was a fucking pay, like Macbeth, and had nudity, a little bit of bad language, Mary Whitehouse would have a dicky fit. She went for this, started to press Doctor Who. I know it's a different ball day in this. Fucking Doctor Who. Of all things, she was always standing to press Doctor Who, saying it's too violent, it's too this, it's too that. So some smart ass. Back then, there was a pornographic magazine, right? I'm not talking about fucking porn, but I'm just going to add it into this occasion. There was a porno magazine because people got so pissed off with Mary Whitehouse, standing to press this, standing to press that, blah, 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 the list goes on. They had a porn magazine and they actually nicknamed it from her name. So I'm not talking about fucking porn. I'm on about what the history here. They actually had a pornographic magazine, and this, I say, I'm not making this shit up. They nicknamed it Mary Whitehouse. Penthouse magazine. Which is, if you had that little bit of the name, Penthouse, Mary Whitehouse, they actually nicknamed that because they got so pissed off with Mary Whitehouse. So at the time, someone had the really worn out copy of Cannibal Holocaust. It was so badly worn out. It was unbelievable. It was the most worn out shape going. It was worn out. And they said it to what somebody, and somebody thought it was snuff. Funny thing is, because they thought it was snuff originally. And they went on a panic attack. And then someone thought it'd be funny to send a copy to Mary Whitehouse. Of all the fucking people, Mary fucking Whitehouse. So this is when the video nasty got a bad reputation, the police raided the video stalls, the fucking government, like the Tories, surprise, surprise, stuck the fucking oar in the newspaper, doing what the newspaper does best, they're pressing it all. But this is the iconic bit of all to do with the film. When the film did come out, they had the original poster, I might remember this poster around in that area, of a cannibal munching on a pair of ducks. That was on every newspaper going, which does this original poster, to Cannibal Holocaust. So seriously, they stuffed that on every fucking newspaper going. So the daddy of what started all the video nasties, all these nasty materials, all kids shouldn't be watching it, was Cannibal Holocaust. So that's why it was nicknamed the daddy of the video nasty. And a lot of titles, whether it be Vivid Video, which when they did re-release it again on DVD, I told it was cut to shit. But when they did, it actually said the movie they did not want you to see. And they were right. They were right. It was the movie they did not want you to see. There's funny bits in it, and the ending of the movie where you could picture this being Mary Whitehouse and you give wonderful censorship where they're watching the film. Seriously, that's what it feels like when they're watching the ending of Cannibal Holocaust. And the actors, they went into a jungle, and when you think about it, they went for an adventure. It was like an adventure. They went to a real jungle. Wasn't set like most of these wasn't set. It's like a real jungle, like I was about to say, what they used in all cannibal films. A real jungle. They worked morning, noon, and night. And I do remember one of the actors, there's a scene where he shoots a pig, and he's going to make this epic speech because he shot the pig, and he was stealing in agony. The actor just couldn't say a thing. He was paralysed. Couldn't believe what he did. Some actors have rejected what they've done, killing and killing animals just to stop viral, and some actors don't make a big thing about it, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's history. It was bad. They shouldn't have killed animals just to make a fucking movie. That's the only thing I'll do admit cheapens the film. But at the same time, it's a very well made film. The one I've got is the uncut one. I'm not boasting the boast. It's beautifully transferred. It's beautifully digitally remastered. It's got a beautiful widescreen format. Yes, it's hard to watch. There are some bits, even I can do that. There's a lot of rape scenes in it. There's a scene where a native girl, which I'll go into the film when I get to that, he stuffs something down there and he messes her insides up. Is that bad enough? He bashes a fucking head in with a rock. That was hard to watch. There's even worse bits in that. I'm not even going to go on about the bits what are bad. It's bad. So you can definitely see why it was a nasty film. So I'm not one for censorship and I'm not one for banning. Yes, it's a disturbing film, but it's a very well made film. The acting's good. I do believe they did have an actor who was a porn star who was well known for being in Debbie Does Diets. And this is his first big break in the movie business. You know what I mean? He's never done an acting before. I do know somebody dubbed over his voice, and whoever dubbed his voice, I didn't think did a bad job. And this was his first acting role, seeing from a guy who's done fucking porn. I didn't think he did a bad job. I mean, it does, he ends up typecasted after doing adult films. He ends up doing these cannibal films, whether it be Eaten Alive, one thereafter, a small scene in Cannibal Fairlock. So, I mean, he became typecasted after Cannibal Holocaust. But I thought his acting in this, it was good acting. I mean, he did his due as an actor, and I salute the guy for that. I do, I really do. So that was the history of Cannibal Holocaust. They'll look at Cannibal Holocaust, and now they nicknamed it the daddy of the video nasty, because that's what started it all off. I respect the film. I don't love it. I'm not like most people say, oh, it's a masterpiece. There are some bits I just said, even I can do that, because it is a disturbing film. Of all the cannibal films, this starts off like a jungle adventure. As the film goes on, it's definitely been houses. It's definitely a nasty, nasty film. I cannot lie. It is a nasty film. But Mary Whitehouse probably only saw the fucking cover. She only saw bits of it, because I know Mary Whitehouse. She never even watched any of these video nasties. And she went around and censored and banned and some of the things they did. It's just one of these days I'll talk about the stupid things they did. And how stupid the news were. This is nothing much has fucking changed. How stupid the government went. How fucking over the top the police went. Just over the top. Over the fucking top. But it's history of five Cannibal Holocaust. I respect the film. I don't love the film. I do think it does have a purpose in life. Even if people don't, even if it's not anyone's cup of tea, that's fair enough. If you don't like seeing animals getting tortured and killed, that's fair enough. Even I could be understanding on that. But I'm not one for censorship. I've never been one for banning. I just think the fucking video nasty error and all these fucking big stereotypic posters was just well over the top. A bit like today's era. But that's just me. But that's a look at Cannibal Holocaust and bit of soon. I'll talk about the film. But until then, be smart, be safe. See you later.